Namaste everyone. Hope all of you are well. Today we are going to discuss the basic concepts of chemical equilibrium. I hope all of you know these concepts. Can anybody tell me what is chemical reaction? I hope all of you know this. The symbolic representation of any chemical change in the terms of reactant and product is called chemical reaction. I hope everybody knows this define. And these things we have started from the 7th standard, and right now we are in the higher standard, so that's why there is no need to worry about this chemical reaction. Now I would like to tell you on the basis of physical state. On the basis of physical state, can you tell me how many types of reactions are there? Physical state, remember what is the physical state? Solid, liquid, gaseous. So according to the physical states, can you tell me how many types of reactions are there? I just want to tell you there are two types of reaction on the basis of physical state, that is homogeneous and heterogeneous. Homogeneous reaction means when the reactant and product both are in the same physical state. If they are in the gaseous, reactant are in gaseous, then product will be also in gaseous. If the reactant are in solid, then the product will be also in the solid. So this type of reaction is called homogeneous reactions. And heterogeneous, you know very well, when the reactant will be in the solid state or product will be in the gaseous state, means different, two or more than different states. When the reactant and product occurs into the two or more than two different physical states, that is called heterogeneous reactions. So according to the physical states, we have understand there are two types of reactions. Now if I would like to ask you on the basis of speed, means how many types of reactions are there on the basis of speed? There are two reactions on the basis of speed also. One you can say the fast reaction, another you can say the slow reactions. Yes, there are two things only, but here there is nothing. It is not a bike, so as you will do the escalator, it's very high and you have just turn this escalator, so it will become too low. But I just want to tell you there are two types of reactions on the basis of speed, that is fast reaction and slow reaction. Fast reaction generally occurs into the ionic compounds. If anybody will ask you what is this ionic compounds or ionic reactions, especially you know very well how the salt is from sodium chloride. When the hydrochloric acid reacts with sodium hydroxide, then there is a formation of sodium chloride in water. So when there is a formation of any ionic compound or ionic reactions, you can generally say that is fast reactions. If I talk about the slow reaction, then in the slow reaction, the molecular reaction, you can see that if I ask that hydrogen iodide, when hydrogen react with iodine and gives you the formation of hydrogen 2, means H2 plus I2 gives you 2HI. So here there is a molecular reactions. So you can say according to the speed, there are two types of reaction. Fast reaction means ionic compound or ionic reactions, and the slow reactions, molecular reactions. So according to the speed, there are two types of reaction, slow and fast. Now I would like to tell you on the basis of heat, can you tell me how many types of reactions are there? On the basis of heat, there are two types of reaction, exothermic and endothermic reaction. What is exothermic? A reaction in which heat is evolved. Evolved means going outside, right? A reaction in which heat is evolved is called exothermic, and a reaction in which heat is absorbed is called endothermic reaction. If you want an example, in which the heat is evolved, means reactant to product plus X kilocalorie, means whatever the heat amount of heat is evolved, it is going outside. Okay, and in the endothermic reactions, when the heat is going inside, means it is absorbed in the reactants, and then there is a formation of product. So this type of reaction is called endothermic. So according to the heat, there are two types of reaction, that is exothermic and endothermic. Now if I talk about direction, have you heard the word direction? On the basis of direction, how many types of reaction should be there? I am telling you, there are two types of reaction on the basis of direction also. Now direction means here reversible and irreversible. When the reactant convert into the product, and the same product, by losing or gaining the same amount of energy, it should be converted into the reactant. So that is called reversible reaction. As for example, if I talk about ammonia, N2 plus 3H2 gives you 2NH3. and 2NH3 will again give you 3H2 plus N2. Now this is a reversible reaction, right? Reversible reactions have some categories, some properties, you can say. They are proceed in the forward as well as backward reactions or backward directions. It is possible in the closed container, and they can be, you can say, they can attain the equilibrium, and the reactants are never completely converted into the products. Reactants are never completely converted into the products, remember that word. And neutralizations are the accept reactions, that when the strong acid and strong base, as I have said only, that sodium chloride formation NaOH plus HCl gives you the NaCl, or when the strong acid and strong base, you can take ammonium hydroxide also, and ammonium hydroxide will give you ammonium chloride plus water. But this reaction are reversible reaction. They can't means they can, that ammonium chloride can be again converted into, if you mix ammonium chloride into the water, it will convert into the hydrochloric acid and ammonium hydroxide. So these are called reversible reaction. So according to the direction, there are two types of reaction, reversible and irreversible. And if I talk about the irreversible chemical reactions, so in which the product can't convert into the reactants. Product can be never converted into the reactant. The silver nitrate and sodium chloride. If you mix silver nitrate and sodium chloride, you will get a precipitate of silver chloride, AgCl, and sodium nitrate. So now this silver chloride can't be again silver nitrate, right? Similarly, if I mix the sodium chloride into the water, you will get silver chloride into the sulfuric acid, then you will get NaHSO4, that is sodium bisulfate. Now this sodium bisulfate again can't be converted into the sodium. Similarly, if I mix zinc into the sulfuric acid, then zinc sulfate and H2 gas will be evolved. So now this reaction can't be converted into the products or whatever, means this reaction which can't be converted into the reactants, again after getting the product formation, it will not be converted into the reactant. So this type of reaction is called irreversible reaction. So according to the direction, as I have said you, there are two types of reaction and they have some properties. If I talk about that irreversible reaction properties, then it proceeds in only one direction, that is forward direction, and generally it is possible in the open container. It should not be in the closed container. It is possible only in the open container, and these do not contain equilibrium also. This do not contain equilibrium, and the reactants are nearly completely converted into the products. Neutralization reactions of strong acid and strong base, as that reaction, as I have told you, that strong acid and strong base, NaCl formation means HCl plus NaOH, and sodium chloride can't be again formed into the HCl and NaOH. So these were the types of reactions. Before understanding the concept of chemical equilibrium, these things we must know. We always take the forward direction if the direction is not specified. Whenever we indicate to the chemical reaction, we always try to give into the forward direction, and that forward direction means, what is the meaning of forward direction? That is irreversible reaction, right? Now question is, in a reversible reaction, if the forward reaction is exothermic, then the backward reaction will be endothermic. Remember the word, means as in the reversible reaction, as the forward reaction is exothermic, so that the product, if you want to again convert into the reactants, then that product should get energy, means endothermic reaction. So in the reversible reaction, forward is exothermic, backward is endothermic. Now rate of reaction. What is rate of reaction? The change in concentration of the reactants or product in unit time is known as the rate of reaction. Means if you want to tell the rate of reaction is called the plus minus change in concentration by the time taken to change. So these were the main points about the chemical equilibrium. I hope all of you understand this concept, because these are the basic things which we should know about the chemical equilibrium. Now chemical equilibrium and chemical process, we will study ahead about it, but actually I would ask you something now. Have you remembered what I have begun with? I have begun with the chemical reactions and the types of reaction on the basis of heat, on the basis of physical state, on the basis of directions. I hope all of you understand this concept. And equilibrium, the concentration of the reaction, that is change in concentration by time taken. Hope all of you understand the concept about this chemical reaction.